Hey everybody, Ray here, and I've got a very special guest today, and I want to give a little brief introduction to why we have this guest on today. As you guys probably know, most people that are watching this have probably gone through my video ranking machine, and in that I talk a little bit about using Google promoted videos or YouTube promoted videos, which is part of the AdWords platform, to get more quality views to your videos without having to do things like buy terrible views on Fiverr that are going to get you banned and things like that. And so as I've gone through this process, and originally, like I say in the course, I was kind of using the AdWords at that point just to boost my videos views. Rather than paying Fiverr, you're paying Google and YouTube, and they're giving you good quality views. And of course, what we initially discovered was that, hey, you know what? Not only are we getting numbers, but we were starting to get sales directly from this because we could target who was actually giving us those views. And of course, over the last couple of months and weeks, I've really started to put an effort into using the video ads because they have been very, very effective for list building, for sales, for customers, and of course for building your view count. And so I've put a mission on myself to get out there and really start to learn more about how to maximize the dollars that I spend on AdWords for promoted videos. And I really think that that is the future for video marketing because, quite frankly, when you sit there and try to, I'm going to rank my video to page 1, well, that can take a few weeks. It could take a few days. It might even take only a few hours. But it's going to take some sort of time to do that. And it's going to cost you money anyway, so why not jump right over all of that and just do promoted videos, get the targeted audience sent right to you by Google and YouTube, and you can profit from it a lot quicker, and we've seen results as quick as just a couple of hours. And so I reached out and I grabbed an expert in the Trueview video ads, video for AdWords, promoted videos, whatever they want to call it. They've got 50 names for it. Justin Sardi, welcome to our little hangout here on using Google Ads for videos.
Hey Ray, thanks for having me, and thanks for checking this out, everyone. But yeah, stoked to be here.
Yeah, I'm really excited because, like I said, I'm becoming more and more of a student of it because I've hung my hat on ranking videos and getting free traffic for a while. And, there's been a lot of rumors coming around, it's going to be getting tougher, and it has gotten tougher. And even a rumor lately, and I don't know what the validity of it is, that they're going to purposely make sure that your video doesn't show up on page 1 for a good 30 days now for decent keywords. So do we want to wait that 30 days? Do we want to chance it that that's going to happen? Or do we want to take advantage and do things right now, today, start making money? And so that's why I reached out to you. So tell us a little bit about how you got into the whole video, I never know what to call it, promoted videos, Trueview video ads, AdWords for video, whatever you happen to call it. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved in that.
All right, so I've been doing local marketing for clients for a while now. Quit my job maybe about 2.5 years ago, and just kind of dove into the marketing thing full time and struggled for a while, but that's kind of how it goes, And basically, I was into YouTube. I've always liked video. I saw all the stats. I was like, this is where it's going. And so I just focused my attention on that and really dove in and just decided that I'm going to learn this platform for myself. It helped that at the time we had or we still do, a video creation software. And so it kind of went hand in hand, and it was just easy for me to create videos. So I was like, this is the direction I'm going. So I focused on that. Also, nobody was really doing it, and I saw a wide open opportunity. It's an easy sell. Clients love it. People want to learn about it. So that's kind of the direction we took the business, and it really, really works. And we got some great results early on, and so we just kind of dove headfirst into it and have been doing it for a while now.
Wonderful. And I've been doing it for a little while now as myself, not nearly as long as you have, and I'm not nearly as intimate with it, but the one thing that I discovered is that we did get immediate results. Even, as I taught in my last course, I mentioned a story where accidentally we rolled into money by doing this. We were trying to just get more views for a video so that it would rank better, and lo and behold, people that were watching the video started buying the product. What a shock, right? It's amazing when you're not just buying random views off of Fiverr, what these people will actually do when they see your video. So we've seen a lot of success with that. But before we went on the air, you were telling me a little bit about a success story. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the successes you've had using AdWords videos?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So like you were saying, you can get these targeted views instead of just random views. And the way that the AdWords for Video platform is set up, you can, there are tons of different targeting options. You can do placements, interests, websites, other people's YouTube channels. Just basically, you can very accurately target any audience you want. So recently, I actually was fortunate enough to pick up a client that was a major book publisher, a national book publisher, and they put together a really nice web mini series that was basically a lead up to their book launch that launched yesterday. Might have been the day before yesterday, but very recently. And we ran this campaign for a month and a half leading up to the book launch, and basically got them a bunch of pre-orders for the book. Got them a bunch of subscribers on their YouTube channel, and the results were beyond what they had expected. And it's extremely powerful just because you can actually put these ads in front of the right people, as well as we were able to build a giant remarketing list. So when the book actually did launch, we switched over our ads saying, "Hey, the book launched. Don't forget to check it out," kind of thing. And now that ad is being ran to all those people that already watched our ad or watched a video on the channel. So I mean, it's been really awesome, basically. So
Nice.
That's just one of the stories.
Now, I know that, a lot of people that when they hear ads, they're like, oh, I don't have, thousands of dollars to throw at ads and whatnot. What kind of money does it require, for instance, for a small marketer to help a local plumber or a small marketer to help sell a product that they have? Is it going to cost thousands of dollars in advertising to be able to do this?
Definitely not. There's actually a way to get $75 free credit when you spend $25. So if you make that initial investment of just $25, you end up with a $100 ad budget, and that can either be used for yourself, or if you have clients, you can give them this bonus as a sign-up bonus, something along those lines. But basically, AdWords is giving you a $75 credit right now, so you can learn the platform for $25.
Nice.
Yeah, and the views on top of that $100 is going to go a long way. We've seen views for, depending on your targeting, and if you're doing international or United States or whatever, United States traffic is a little bit more, but we've seen penny views. So I mean, you could be looking at 10,000 views for your $25, which is great. But once you get a little more targeted, you're looking more in the, I found about 3 to 7 cents range per view, and you're not charged per click. You can use them to drive traffic. There's just so many options that you can do. You're only charged per view, and that's only if someone actually watches your video too. They don't charge you by impressions or anything.
Right, and the one thing that I've noticed with that is there tends to be a few different options with that. When you're on YouTube, you can, quote, promote the video, which seems to be slightly different than running an ad, even though they're kind of the same thing. Could you kind of explain what they're going for when they do that? Because I know it can be very confusing when we hear, promoted videos is what they call it on YouTube itself, but when you get into AdWords, they call it, they call it AdWords for video, but then the actual ads are called Trueview. So
okay.
People get a little confused on that. What's the difference between just promoting a video and then running an ad, or are they basically just the same thing?
Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can set these ads up, right? And there's a couple different types of ads. So through YouTube, you can actually promote your video. It's the same thing, only much simpler, I guess. So you can set up an ad campaign. It's still going to go through AdWords, and that's by promoting your video, right? And if you do that, your targeting options are a lot more limited. They have just the interests. You can't do placements through there. If you want to do placements, you have to actually log into AdWords for video. But AdWords for video encompasses everything. So you go to adwords.com/video, and that's how you get into your AdWords for video. And there should be a tab on your in your AdWords dashboard as well. That's where you get all the major benefits. You can really zero in on your target market that way. But if you just want to target by interests and promote your video and get some more views, you can do it through YouTube. So they're essentially the same, because at the end you have to log into AdWords for video and hook it up that way. But then what you're saying as far as the the Trueview ads, they're all Trueview ads, and all that means is you're only going to pay if somebody actually watches your video. Then there are two different types of ads, which are the in-stream, like you were talking about, and those ones you only pay if somebody watches 30 seconds of your video or the entire thing, whichever comes first. And then there's the in-display ads, which are those suggested videos that you see, the native ads, if you will, of YouTube, where when somebody searches for a keyword or something like that, your video will be suggested. And those they actually have to click on to watch, and then you're charged.
Yeah, there used to be, I giggled there a little bit, because there used to be a neat little trick you could do, which was if you made your in-stream ad like 20 seconds long, then you never got charged.
Yeah. There's actually another trick.
They've changed that now, so.
Yeah. You can actually get free views if you, you know how the in-stream ads you can actually use to drive traffic as well. Just when the user clicks on the video, they're redirected to whatever page you have set up. So if you can throw a call to action in your video before 30 seconds and say, something along the lines of click here to learn more, and they click before 30 seconds or before your video's over, it pauses your video, they're taken to wherever you want to drive that traffic to, and then you're not charged.
Yes, and actually I have done that a couple of times to test that out, and that does indeed still seem to work. So
yeah.
There's a WSO in its own right there.
Yeah, right.
So let me ask you this now. When we're talking about AdWords, and I know some people get a little nervous about AdWords for a couple of reasons. One, you get into that interface and it can be really overwhelming. You just don't know what in the world you're looking at, is one thing. But the other thing is, everybody's heard horror stories about AdWords. I set up an AdWords campaign. Next thing I know, I had a $5,000 worth of ads, and I didn't know how to pay it. Or the other one would be, they banned me because of some goofy little thing that I did. What's it like these days? Is it still that kind of crazy, scary sort of deal, or have they kind of refined that down a little bit and made it a little more user-friendly?
I'd say that, so AdWords and AdWords for video, while they are kind of the same, like they're both AdWords, they're quite different. AdWords for video is much easier to use. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. It's as easy as, here's my video, here's where I want it to go, and here's my targeting, and here's how much I'm willing to pay, kind of thing. You can set a maximum budget. So I'd say it got a lot easier, and also the AdWords representatives are pretty friendly, and it's their job to help you. They'll actually go in and set your campaign up for you, your first one, if you want them to. So you can just call them up. They'll know where you're calling from. They'll be right into your AdWords account, and they will sit down, so long as you need them to help you, and walk you through step by step. If you have any concerns, you can ask them. I've done that numerous times. Like, hey, is this okay to do? And yeah, that's fine. They'll review your campaign. They're there to help you. They're really ramping this AdWords for video thing up. So. Yeah.
And actually, I didn't even know that you could contact them originally. They actually contacted me. My AdWords representative called me on the phone and said, "Hey, let me set up a campaign for you." And I didn't even believe she was actually from Google at first.
Right.
I thought it was some sort of a scam, but no, it really was. It was a girl at Google, and she helped me do. We were doing a local campaign, and she really help me to go through and figure out exactly, okay, you know what, you probably only want to run this ad from this time to this time. Mm-hmm. You probably want it to be, make sure it's targeted to this. Let's break it off into two separate ad groups, one for this and one for that. And so they are very, very helpful with that. And she spent a lot of time with me on it. and it
Nice.
was very helpful. And I've talked to them since then, and they've been very good about that. And the other thing too, now when you're doing the actual YouTube ads, the in-display ads, they're a lot more lenient on the rules anyway, so it's a lot more
Yeah.
difficult to get in trouble. Is that actually true?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the reason for that is because they've read your ad copy and it's something they're interested in. They're clicking through to watch the video, and that's more of what you're promoting. Whereas, the in-stream ad kind of goes right in front of them, and they're not forced to watch it, but it's not something they've actively chosen to click on and watch. So
Yeah, and in those cases, you have to be very much compliant with the
yeah.
AdWord, the typical AdWords information as far as
Mhm.
site that they're going to and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. So and there are some ways to kind of
Well,
make sure you're being careful, I guess.
yeah, actually, it's funny that we bring that up because I recently did an in-stream ad, and they kept denying it, and I wasn't sure why. And I got on the phone, I talked to them, and she told me, she said, "Oh, it's because the landing page it's going to doesn't have navigation to the whole site.
Mhm.
It's just a squeeze page, and we don't like that." But one thing you can do is you can have your in-stream video just go back to your channel or go back to
Mhm.
your videos itself and work on getting them to buy from there, and that's perfectly fine. There's no real restrictions on that portion of things.
Yeah.
Very helpful. So now let me ask you this, because I've been talking a lot lately that honestly I really and truly believe that using the AdWords for video for guys like us, whether local marketers or internet marketers, that this really is the future of video marketing. There's been a lot of scary rumors about, oh, YouTube is or Google is purposely, holding you back when you try to rank videos now, that it's getting more difficult, and
Mhm.
people are getting banned far easier, things like that. And I've seen such results with the Google ads for videos that I can really see that, man, all that time and effort spent ranking a video, we could spend a quarter of that effort and probably not even really much more money than we're already spending to rank the videos, to just promote the videos and get instant results. Have you found that to be the case? Am I barking up the wrong tree with that?
No, I mean we saw the same thing happen with Facebook and fan pages. That's how these ad platforms work. They want to make money, and they know that people's businesses are, especially like Facebook, they got all these people building up all these huge fan pages, and now people are having to pay more for fan engagement, and they cut the engagement down. Same thing with ranking videos. I think it's basically exactly what you said. you know and the thing about ranking your videos, don't get me wrong, free organic traffic is awesome, and I do definitely still rank videos, but only people searching are going to see those. If you have people that are interested or have similar interests, you can actually spread the word a lot further and get a lot better results with these types of YouTube ads, just because they might not know that they want something that you have to offer, but once it's put in front of them, it'll pique their interest, and you're just going to reach a much broader range of people.
Beautiful. And you mentioned earlier something that piqued my interest a little bit, and that's retargeting. Now, can you do retargeting with YouTube ads?
Yep, it's actually built into the AdWords for Video platform. You can set up your different parameters and create remarketing lists, and you can actually there's a ton of different options, but you can remarket to people based on if they viewed an ad, or watched one of your ads, if they watched a certain video, if they liked a video, commented on a video. You can basically set up these remarketing lists based on a number of different criteria, whatever you want, and you can have those people cookied for up to 540 days,
Oh,
something
wow.
like like a year and a half, something like that. And you can then run ads to them without even setting up a targeting group. You just say, I want to run to my remarketing list, and you can run whatever types of ads you want to those people based on what actions they've taken on your channel. So you can get very, very creative with it. Uh,
Beautiful.
and then one thing that they also recently added was similar to is what they're calling it. So they're building remarketing lists for you with people that have similar interests as the people that are on your remarketing list. And those lists are huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible. You know, and that's great because I mean that's the type of stuff that I really don't even know anything about yet. So I'm excited to
Right.
continue to learn that kind of stuff because, like I said, I really do feel that this is the future for video marketing, and I especially think so for local businesses because I mean, doing video ads can be a business unto itself, right? I mean, you could
Mhm.
actually, that could be your business. Hey, I'll make a video. I will run an ad. You create, tell me what your campaign is, and we'll run an ad and manage it. And have
Yep.
you seen that being a successful, viable way to do business?
Oh, definitely. There's actually, that's where most of my offline clients come in. I run video ads for them, as well as the whole, the upsells are all the YouTube channel setup, the videos. It goes hand in hand with anybody who does video marketing. So, I mean, I would say definitely. And one of the targeting options in AdWords for video is actually location based. You could target people based on a radius, like a certain mile or kilometer radius from their business. So, say you're running ads for a restaurant, you can say, I want to run this ad, anybody, 10 miles radius from this restaurant, and I want to run them from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So people right before lunch, if they're watching a YouTube video, they're like, oh, maybe I should go there. So it's definitely an option for local businesses.
Nice. See, that's the type of thing that really gets me excited because I know that, for local businesses that can be huge. Now, granted, you're probably not going to see the large number of views that you would get with a wider audience, but once they realize, hey, you only got 40 views in the last week, but there were 40 people in that area that were, potentially your customers, not people from Afghanistan that
Yeah.
happen to be looking at YouTube and saw your restaurant video. So it's a great way to really sell that kind of thing. And of course, I mean, video services are a huge industry. You can charge quite a bit of money to create videos, and then you can have a monthly ad budget and do really well with that. So that brings me to the next question is, now you've obviously got, you teach AdWords for video. That's a course that you've got out. That I've actually about halfway through at this point. I've been going through it right now because I love it. Because like I said, I reached out to you because I knew this was your area of expertise, and
Mhm.
you said, "Hey, I've got a course," and I was like, "Heck yeah!" So I'm about halfway through it now, and I'm learning a ton about that. And just to let everybody know, by the way, I'm halfway through the course. I'm running a lot of ads. I'm not spending a ton of money to do this. I mean, we're talking, a lot of my ad budgets start at about $5 a day, just like people do with Facebook ads, just to get a maximum number of views for a little bit of money, see how it goes, and then of course, if it works well, if you spend $5 and you make 20, well then you might as well spend $100, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the direction we're going with that. So tell us a little bit about your actual course and what people can learn inside of there about AdWords.
Yeah, definitely. So I think so. There's 8 or 9 modules. The ninth one is actually a bonus one we just added, but it starts off with the different types of YouTube ads because, like I said, there's in-stream and in-display, and basically breaks down exactly how those look, how they function, how you can use them, and then we move more into setting up your AdWords account, linking it with your YouTube channel, over-the-shoulder looks on campaign setups, then advanced targeting, and then we jump into reporting in your analytics and how to figure out exactly what's going on with your campaign, adding your negative targets, just really zeroing in on that target audience. There's a module on remarketing, like we were talking about, as well as that bonus module is all about how you can sell this as a service to local businesses. And we also talk about different types of landing pages, and I think that's about it. That pretty much covers everything. We talk about placements, all the different everything basically, the complete over-the-shoulder look at everything you'd need to know from start to finish.
Awesome. And then on top of that, you also have those bonuses for the individual niches with all of the graphics ready to go for the channels and all that. So there's a lot of very, very good stuff in there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then. Who should be getting into the AdWords for videos? Who's the target for using this type of a service?
Really anybody that has a video that they can promote, anybody that has a service they can offer, anybody into video marketing, really. It's wide open right now. I think I just read a statistic the other day, or maybe like a month ago, that said that 80% of the ad inventory on YouTube goes unsold every day. And so and so it's dirt cheap right now. Basically, they're having their mega blowout sale, because when there's an overstock in inventory, they're letting it go for dirt cheap. So AdWords for video is where AdWords was, 10 years ago, when people were getting dirt cheap traffic. So really anybody, and now is the time to jump in.
And I've been testing it. One of the tests I've been doing lately is list building using AdWords, because we all know the money's in the list. And I was shocked at how fast I was able to build a list in a test market. In fact, I laughed because I've spent probably $20 building this list, and not knowing if it was going to work at the time, I've got nothing on the back end to sell them. So I spent like $20 or $30 getting this list, but now I've got to figure out, now I've got this list. What am I going to sell to these people? But honestly, it was mostly just to test and see if it was possible, and I wasn't sure if it was, and clearly it is, and it's very easy to do, very inexpensive. I think I was getting views for like 2 cents is the average view that I've been getting on the 3 ads that I've been running lately. But I was blown away at how fast I could build a really good list of very targeted people. In this case, it was all people interested in card magic, doing card tricks. And we were able to build a big list in that niche very, very quickly for just a few dollars. And, it's just amazing how you can really do that. So let me ask you, now that we know a bit about your course, and by the way, guys, the module he talked about, the bonus module, that's one you really want to look at, because you can turn AdWords for video into a business itself, where all you guys that are selling services to local businesses, you can sell this as a service to them, and that module shows you how to turn that into a business itself. So let me ask you this, just a fun question. Have you tried using it for Teespring?
I actually haven't. I jumped on a call with a fellow marketer that was crushing it with Teespring, or is crushing it with Teespring. Yeah, and we kind of chatted about it. It was something we tossed around, but I took a lot of vacation this summer, and I've been focusing on some other things. I tried the Teespring thing, and I don't know. I'm not very good at it, but it's definitely doable. I know people have been selling T-shirts with AdWords in particular, like just with AdWords. Yeah. So we threw around some ways that it's very doable. So yeah, you can, but I have not personally.
I just started testing that the other day to see how that would go. So we'll see if it works. But the great thing about it, and this is something that I found very interesting, which I thought would be a great thing to do with AdWords, but I didn't realize you could do it until the other day, which is, you can actually target a specific video to have your ad run on. So if there's a very popular video that accepts ads, and you've got something that fits, like, a T-shirt, you could literally have your T-shirt ad run very specifically on that one video that matches that's very popular if they're running ads. Now, you might end up paying a lot more money because there might be a lot of people fighting for it, but I never even realized that you could target and say, I want my ad to run on this exact video. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, you can actually do that on websites as well. So you just have to kind of check that, the display planner, the Google Display Planner, which is one of the tools they have in AdWords. And we also cover exactly how to find your placements, all that kind of stuff in the course. But yeah, use the Google Display Planner. You find out this is all the websites or videos or YouTube channels that do accept ads, video ads in particular, that are related to whatever your keyword is. And that's called placements. So you can basically say, I want my ad to run on this website, this video, and this channel. And
Wow.
I've ran ads on Forbes.com, Business Week, towards business owners selling this as a service as well. So you can run ads to get new clients as well.
Great. And just for the record, so everybody knows, you can run an in-stream ad apparently directly to a Teespring page. That does pass the mustard, and it will not get rejected, which I thought was kind of interesting when I set that up. So I was able to choose an actual video, run an in-stream ad that went directly to the Teespring page, and they had no problem running that. So
nice.
All right, well, Justin, I really appreciate you joining us today. I could sit here and literally talk about this all day because I'm that kind of a geek, but I don't want to keep you, and I want to be able to make this palatable for everybody else here, so they're not taking too much time. So I really do appreciate you doing this and helping us to understand a little bit more about the AdWords for video. Is there any last-minute things you'd like to tell everybody?
I think we pretty much covered. I gave you a pretty big brain dump right there. So I think we pretty much covered everything. Yeah, unless you have any final questions.
Well, not necessarily, but I would say this, the one thing I would say, guys, is don't be frightened by the AdWords for video stuff. The first time that you log into it, and most of you probably already have because you've probably used it to promote a video so far, don't be scared by that interface. I know I was a little intimidated by it when I first got into it, but once you figure it out, once you take a look at it, it's actually very good. It's pretty easy to do. You don't need to spend a ton of money. But what you do need to do is you need to learn, because you can waste money if you just go in there and throw money out there. As a matter of fact, I had a campaign that I was spending quite a bit of money on. I wasn't spending quite a bit of money, but I was wasting the money I was spending. I was throwing the $10 a day at this one video, but it wasn't a targeted campaign, and so a lot of that money was just going for random people to watch the video that didn't care. And I'll tell you that once you learn how to do this, once you learn how to target, you really start to see results. We saw the lists grow, the sales grow, and everything else. So it's a very good system once you figure it all out. So Justin, thank you again for joining us. Check out this course, because I'm telling you right now, if you're doing anything with video, whether you're an affiliate marketer, whether you're selling a product, or whether you're doing this as a service for somebody else, this is something you really need to learn and understand. And this course will actually teach you all of that and a lot more, and it'll help you to sell this to businesses. So check it out. The link is below this video, and of course below that we'll also show you all the bonuses that are available, both from Justin, because he's actually got a ton of bonuses in there that we didn't even talk about really, and I've got some bonuses as well. So check out those bonuses, and if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. Justin is out there. We can get in touch with him and get him to answer any questions. I'm sure he doesn't mind that. I can annoy the heck out of him on Skype and whatnot. So.
Yeah. Oh, hey, one thing you actually just reminded me of that I forgot to mention when you were talking about the whole Teespring thing. They just added a conversion tracking feature into AdWords for video recently as well, so you can track get your results based on which campaign is making the most conversions and everything. There's also a module in there about that. So
beautiful. Yeah, and I don't quite understand that part yet. I did see it, and I saw it inside of AdWords, at least I think so. So once I finish that, I'm going to start to use that as well. So like I said, guys, this is something that I'm learning right now. This is the guy that's teaching me to do it. We've seen a lot of success with it so far, even with my limited knowledge as I learn the process. But you can do that too, and I really recommend you check this out. Again, the link's below the video. The bonuses are below the video. And if you have any questions, hit me up on Facebook, and I'll be glad to either answer them myself or get Justin to answer that for you. So thanks again.
Feel free to add me. So.
You bet. I'll do that. So you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks, Ray.